Check that out. You'll never believe this. So, let me just go over what's happening right now real quick. We have an issue here where a customer calls me out. Sorry, it's getting late. Basically, what happened was this. I was called out by this customer. I worked on his other neighbor's vehicle, and yeah, so that wasn't a great situation. I couldn't do that repair. So, because his GMC bat is just all over the place, need more hands. I can't do it. Told him to take it into the shop. So his other neighbor calls me. Very nice guy, older gentleman in the Navy. He calls me out. He's got his belt here, and he's telling me, hey, I have a problem with the belt. It's not on. I can't move the steering wheel. Well, it makes sense. Happens all the time with these Hondas. The belt tensioners don't work quite right. So let me show you something here. This is what blew my mind. Check out right here. You'll see that right there. That is unbelievable. I've never seen nothing like it. So he just got this vehicle inspected also by Firestone. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm just curious to how this could have happened. Right there is his tensioner. So I was on the phone with him. I was like, yeah. I was like, is it wiggling back and forth? Is it loose? He's like, oh yeah, it can wiggle. Guess what? It should never wiggle like this. I was like, does it go back and forth? He's like, yeah, it goes back and forth. Yeah. Look at that. And I was really going back and forth. So what happened was, instead of just putting the tensioner back on, which wouldn't have been too bad, right? Not fun, but would have been a pretty decent job. Could have made a few bucks. I get here and look, check this out. Unbelievable. So he just had this inspected, mind you, as well. Just had it inspected, okay? So tell me why this is happening. Sorry, I'm trying to get down into it. Can you see right there? Can y'all see that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That is the bolt sheared off from the aluminum block. That is just unreal. Sorry, I gotta go lower. That's not the right spot. I can't even get to it. Here we go. Hang on. Right here. Right here. Get on down there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right here is the actual assembly. You can get back here. Actually, you can get it like this. I did this a second ago. It was easy to get to. It's very hard to see. Oh, right there's a bolt. Right there. So right here. Right there is the actual bolt. That's not it. Hang on, guys. I'm going right there. So you see where that bolt has sheared off? What's up? Sorry, knocked on. What's up, Michael? What's up, guys? Yeah, check us out. Can y'all see this? Sorry, I'm trying to zoom in. The bolt is sheared off in the aluminum block. So let me tell you how this happens. More than likely, how it happened is this. So, that just don't happen by chance. More than likely, what happened is they were in there, and pretty ridiculous. Check us out. Anyway, they were in the Firestone. Hang on, let me see here. All right, so he refused all this work here, which is fine. I understand. I'll never do it either way. We have some more stuff here. That's how much he just paid for all this with the inspection, right? Pretty crazy, huh? Pretty crazy stuff. Then you get here, cover up all the information. I'm trying to be respectful here. If you look, Chain State inspection, okay, done. $20. Pays for all that. You got a rack and pinion work done. To replace the rack and pinion, charged him $600. So you got a pretty hefty bill, right? At the end of the day. Give me 1 second. Let me show you one more thing. Just trying to be very careful. So anyway, a good bit of money was spent, regardless. Okay. What I think happened to this? I also had an alignment done. Okay. So you get all this work done, right? You get all this stuff done, and then you get back. He literally has never driven the vehicle one time. Okay. And you look down here. Wow. That's all I'm gonna say is wow. So how do you think it happened? I'm about to tell you right now. So whenever this happens like this, I can tell you how. probably what happened, okay? Now, I'm not saying, because I can't say 100%, so don't hold me to this. There's no way I can prove this. Like I was telling the customers, no way. But if you look here, you have your bolt. A lot of these vehicles, get this over here so you can see better. Sorry, I got late. I was having to talk to the customer for quite a while about what's going on. If you look here, though, right here, you actually have the bolt for, it's really hard to get to because of how this is falling apart. Right there. See how that sticks out? You think you want to take that on most cars, you would take that and you would take it. This guy right here. You see down there? Yeah, there you go. Oh, so stupid. I can't get in there. Regardless, though, try one more time. You see that? It looks like that is what you would want to put pressure on to pull it back with, right? So on most vehicles, yeah, you would grab it and pull that back at reverse thread. So at reverse thread, that would actually be the bolt you would grab, correct? Okay, so what would happen was this. Appreciate it, J-Dog. All right, so look. See how this happens? So if you pull that back at reverse thread, guess what? You're tightening this, and you snap it off. It is now broke. And guess what? The other bolts in the block. It's unbelievable. I've never seen something like this. You can see right there is how that goes in. It lays up on here like this. So this guy just completely is broken off from the block. And there's no way, if you drill it out of there, you can get it back on. Show you one more time. Sorry, it's hard to see, but yo, that's a good view right there. Almost got in there. Let's see, where is it? It's underneath a little deeper. I can't quite get to it to see it. But so it's so hard to drill out. You'd have to tap and die and drill this out of here. It's ridiculous. All because I think somebody. I'll show you 1 second what I'm talking about. Right underneath there. I can't even see it right now, but it's a stupid angle. I can't quite get in there, but trust me. Oh, it's this tube. This is in the way now. I can't see. Hang on. I want you to be able to see this. It's unbelievable. See how it's just hanging off the side? It's crazy. Right there, though. If I can get up above it, maybe you can see it. Yeah. Anyway, Bill, hey, just look. Believe me, it's right in there. You got to be able to get all the way in there and be able to drill out that hole. You can barely even see, which is ridiculous. So that's a mess. I will be honest with you guys. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen this before in my life. That's the first time I've seen this ever. And I've done a lot of stuff in my life. A lot of vehicles and a lot of insurance calls, stuff like this. It just doesn't happen. I've never seen it. So this is a problem. Now, to be able to prove and say, hey, Firestone, you broke it, is an impossible job, impossible task. But as you can see, tell you something. This is the worst case scenario you could ever believe. Because right now, you now have to drill the block out. Let me show you exactly what happened real quick. So, like I said, on most cars, you would pull that one piece, and that's how you would get the tensioner back. So all it would take for somebody to put a hairline fracture in by pulling on this guy right here. You see that? Right here. I'm actually taking the bolt out right now. I got it right now. I can barely get it out of there. I got it, though. So you see how it snapped off of there? I actually pulled it right on out. See how it snapped off of there like that? That's how it snapped out of the block. So, yeah, that is up in the motor right there, unfortunately. And there's nothing I can do about it. So I can't get it bolt back in because of how it broke. So I'm trying to look at the end to see if I see any type. Yep, you can even see the marking. Somebody did put a ratchet on here. You can see those markings. Yep, they tried to, that's exactly what they did. Now, I hate to say it. I don't like to say it. I'm not 1,000%. But if you put a ratchet on this, and you try to put this at reverse thread, what you're going to do is tighten it. And when you tighten that, it's going to snap off. Exactly what happened. I can bet everything on it. I guess possibly, you know. Because he said, I mean, the tension, even the assembly feels pretty good. The wheel's not bad. It spins pretty good. Overall, it's not. I mean, it's not crazy. It's not a bad tensioner pulley at all. It really is not. So I'm gonna have. You're supposed to hook it right here. See this here? So right here is where you're supposed to put the. Very careful whenever you're working on these. See right there? And this is where you're supposed to put it at. I'm gonna show you right now. Right here. That's where you put the ratchet on. This guy. Right there. Pointing at. You see it? That's what you put it on to get this to adjust back. At reverse thread, it pulls back. Hondas aren't like other vehicles. So what will happen is if somebody doesn't know what they're doing and they try to put it on the wrong part of the vehicle, which I said the bolt I just pulled out. So instead of putting it on the part that you're supposed to put it on, they put it on here. When they went to put it on reverse thread, they over tightened it, they cracked it, he drove it home, less than 10 miles, we put broken tensioner assembly off into the block of the engine. Disastrous mess. Yeah, guy's really upset. It was a birthday party too. I hated to tell him, but I have to be honest with people. So anyway, that's where we're at now. And yeah, so how do you fix this? You gotta actually pull this entire motor up, probably, or somehow get in here. But see, there's no room. There's no room to drill at all. There's the bolt. How about it? I've got to take out a good 2 inches out of the side of the block down here. Right there, if you can see it. Actually, that's a pretty good view. I think I can actually show you right here better. You can actually see. If I can get in there a little bit easier, a bit better. 1 second. Oh, it's just so hard to even get to it because of everything in the way. Even with my phone to show you what happened. I don't know how. I mean, you can't get anything in there to drill it out perfectly, and then you got to reverse it out of there. That's going to be near impossible. So if you do this, you're in trouble. Be very careful. Whenever you're working on a Honda, get my flashlight back out. Tight squeeze. Almost had to pack in the driveway now with no power steering. Whenever you're working on a Honda, okay, tell you something. Always make sure you're pulling on the right stuff. You break it, you're in big trouble. So anyway, I got here, I can't fix it, but hope you guys found this interesting piece. And as always, smash that like, subscribe, check out some of the new stuff I got coming up. I'm gonna start doing some videos once every week too on some stuff, some new stuff here. So with vehicles, I'd love to hear some recommendations coming up in my post. Hope everybody's having a good night. Yeah, and be careful about this right here, brother. Don't do this. Don't make this mistake. I appreciate everybody tuned in, and I'll see you guys on the next one. It's dark, huh? I barely got over here to get this job done, but yeah, unfortunately, I'll have to get this into the driveway, but you don't want this to happen. This right here is going to be a bad day in the neighborhood. I just went in and got the bolt out so I can move this down the road into his driveway for the gentleman. He's in big trouble, though. I'll say that. Thing's just hanging. You can see literally the whole assembly's dropping out of there. So remember, most likely what happened, like I said, I don't want to blame anybody. Not doing that. But right there on these Hondas is where you want to grab to get the belt off. Grab that, not the other stuff, okay? Got it? Grab the other stuff. If your hairline fracture something, and you put an inspection sticker on somebody's car in the state of Virginia, let me tell you what happens. What happened is this. Probably lose your license because, A, now you told this gentleman he could drive home safe. Guess what? He can't drive home safe. He drove 10 miles in his car. He could have, he's an elderly man, 80-some years old. He could have died. Straight up. That's what could have happened. So anyway, this is a 3.5 liter J motor. Get out here, it's getting freezing over here right now. I don't know why it's so cold, but yep, I'm gonna wrap this up. Don't do that. Unreal, huh? Unreal. I know. Unreal. All right, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. That's pretty crazy, huh? That is a really big mess. You see this? Really big mess. I've never seen nothing like it. I really haven't. That's why I had to get this on video. I wasn't even going to do the video tonight. It's so cold. But I've never seen nothing. That right there is pretty bad. So I'm going to try to get this in the driveway. I'm going to let it rest there. Pull it to drive. And that's that. But yeah, that's what happens. If you're not very careful when you're working on cars, remember you have working on your stuff. It should mean a lot to you. You like your vehicle, you don't want that to happen. So anyway, all right guys, peace. See you on the next one. As always, like and subscribe, and be nice. I'm going.